Yo, whatever story they've been telling about you, it's not the final chapter, yo. They don't have the final say in that story that you tell. You can always change the story that they tell about you, that you tell about yourself. Let's change that story, yo. Like, we're not defined by what people think about us. Like, does it matter, you know, if you're trying to get into an industry or anything, right? Does validation from like gatekeepers, all of that, does it matter to a certain extent? Is it easier if the talking heads like what you do, or they believe in you, or they think you just the greatest thing since sliced bread? Yes. It don't happen that way for most people, though. Look at anything. It don't really happen that way. So I wrote down a couple examples. A few I know off the top of my head, but just a couple that I want y'all to hear about. First of all, my birthday twin, Walt Disney. Me and him share a birthday. That might mean something. Anyway, Walt Disney, creator of all these crazy, timeless pieces, right? Cartoons, movies, all of this stuff. His imagination was crazy, right? He was working for a newspaper in Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and they fired him. You know why they fired him? Guess the reason why they fired Walt Disney, yo. They said he lacked creativity and he lacked good ideas. So they fired Walt Disney. And after that, you know what he did? He started his own cartoon studio, and it failed. It failed before he packed up and went to LA and was like, all right, I'm about to try one more time. Next thing you know, Walt Disney is Walt Disney. You feel what I'm saying? Popular case. Kanye, bro. Kanye was a producer who wanted to rap too. Nobody really wanted Kanye to rap like that, yo. Don't get it twisted because of all the success he done had, the 21 Grammys and all that. No. Kanye saw that. The people around him didn't just see that, bro. You know how hard he struggled to get a deal as a rapper? You feel what I'm saying? Like, to get people to believe he could rap consistently and make a rap album with him as the artist and not just making beats for Beanie Siegel and all of them on Rockefeller. You know how hard he fought for that? You know how hard he fought to get into the fashion industry? Remember everybody laughing? You ain't got the answers for everybody laughing at Kanye, right? But he got $1 billion company right now. You know what he did? He didn't believe that story they told about him. He wrote his own. You gotta write your own. Let me give y'all another one, man. Colonel Sanders, yo, Kentucky Fried Chicken for all my, Negroes out there. Yo, he was 62 when he finally franchised his recipe in his KFC. He was 62 years old. 62 years old. He failed in everything he did before that. He got a college degree, right? But look, he failed trying to get his PhD. I wrote this down. He tried to get his PhD, right? I'm on the wrong story. Colonel Sanders was a lawyer, right? A failed lawyer. He was a salesman as well. He sold tires, he sold lamps, he sold insurance. He got his chicken recipe denied over 1,000 times, yo. It wasn't until the 1,010th time that somebody agreed to take a chance on it. 1,010 times. What if Colonel Sanders would have stopped after 50? What if Colonel Sanders would have stopped after 100, 200, 300, 1,000, 1,009? What if he would have stopped? There's no KFC today, to this day. There's no KFC if he would have stopped after 1,000 tries. You know how much? 1,000 people saying no, it's not good enough. It ain't what we looking for. And some of y'all got 10 rejections. Y'all want to cry about it. And y'all want to give up. Why you giving up? Why? Write your story different. They don't have a pen and pad, yo. It's your story. Write it. Write it. Every day you writing a story. Look, back on when I was talking about the PhD, that's Dr. Seuss, right? One of my top 5 influences as a rapper. So Dr. Seuss, he failed trying to get his PhD, ended up dropping out of school, right? He was trying to get his PhD in literature. Big surprise, right? He was trying to get his PhD in literature. He dropped out. He failed. Wasn't good enough to get a PhD in literature. Wow. His first book, I think, and To Think I Saw on Mulberry Street, it was rejected 28 times. 28 times, editors or publishers or whoever looked at the book, they read it and they said, nah, you ain't cut out for this right here. You don't really got it like that. This ain't what we look for when we look for children's books. and books, period. You're not that. You're not it. You're not good enough. What Dr. Seuss say? Oh, you rejected the first one? Here go number 2. Oh, you rejected that too? 27, 20. It took 28 times for them to accept that book. Next thing you know, cat in the hat, green eggs in hand, one fish, two. Yo, we talking about Dr. Seuss, man. Talking about Dr. Seuss. Albert Einstein was a terrible student. They thought he was dumb. Isaac Newton, bro, I can go down the list. Charlie Chaplin. They told Fred Astaire that he ain't had no future in Hollywood. They told Fred Astaire that he had no talent. They said he could dance a little. Fred Astaire, yo. If you don't know who Fred Astaire is, look up Fred Astaire, man. Another famous case, more modern, Taraji P. Henson. She got rejected from art school. She wanted to be an actor, whatever. Got rejected from art school in D.C., where she was from. She ended up graduating from college, and then she packed up. I think she was like 27. Packed up with her child, went to L.A. After a while, she landed the role in Baby Boy. Woo, right? Everything figured out now, right? Baby Boy's a hit. Critics love it. Not quite, because after Baby Boy, she didn't get another job for 3 years. You think Taraji was going to let them write her story for her? Because what her story said was art school reject, single mom, no money. You might not be good enough for this. That's what her story said. She took the pen in her own hand and started writing it. So that's really all I got for y'all, man. Like, I could go on and on, like, about, different cases and different people, but everybody, man, like, dog, don't have the KFC recipe and then quit after 1,009 times. Because 1,010, you might break. He was 62, yo. What if Dr. Seuss stopped after his book got rejected 27 times? We might never get the Cat in the Hat. What if Kanye, listen, man? We don't get My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, man. If Kanye was like, you know what, I'm gonna just produce because everybody say that's what I am. Stop listening to these people, man. I'm not saying don't take their feedback into account, but to listen to them as far as like defining who you are, that don't define you, yo. What defines who you are is internal. And it shines externally. It's not something that they can put on you. You feel what I'm saying? They can't dictate that. All I gotta say, man, look, tell your own story, man. If they start trying to write you, they start telling a story about you, get your pen out and start writing your own, man. And bless the world with your gift, man. You owe it to the world. Get a word your gift, yo. That's all I got for y'all.